start your softball journey? How did you start off in softball?
Okay. Well, I guess I'll introduce. I guess I'll also introduce myself. So
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead, do
Geef.
your thing. My
I
bad.
didn't do that the first time. No, I mean you did it, but I didn't do it the first time. So I guess I'll do it. I'm Geef. I mean I started playing softball when I was in like the fourth grade. I played for a singular year in college. I know I've talked about it a little bit on TikTok, but like, yeah, I think for me it really started off with this summer camp and it's called RBI, but there are a ton of locations, but this one particularly is in New York City, and there's not a lot of all. I like there is, but there isn't. I think the major sports that tend to come out of New York are basketball and you um, see some base players because they maybe spent time in Jersey or like upstate or something. So like everybody talks about like Anthony Volpe, and we can talk about like the Yankees too if we want, but
We would.
Anthony Volpe, but he spent a long time in New Jersey. Like he's he's like everybody's like, yeah, he's a New York City kid, and it's like not really. But it's like that's usually why they get so good. But for me, it started out with summer camp, and I started out I think it was 8 and games in my fourth grade class. Like, hey, we had summer camp uh, nearby. You get to read in the morning, and so we did read and then in the afternoons everybody plays baseball. So I got to play baseball with all the boys. Everybody plays baseball on when they first start, so ages 8 to 10, and then as you get older, they split you off, and so then the girls play softball and boys play baseball, and then all of the teams on both sides are named after like old school teams. So all the girls' names are like the Red Wings, the Peaches, teams that were that if you've seen A League of Their Own, like those are teams that they're modeled after. So
Were you ever
yeah,
the
that's kind of
Peaches?
how I got into it.
Were you ever the Peaches?
That was my first team actually.
That's
Was the
dope.
Peaches.
That's dope. That's pretty cool. So, how do you feel playing with the boys to start off and playing baseball helped you as a softball player?
It definitely helped get tougher. I was always like pretty small. I mean, now I'm an adult, but I'm 5'2". So as a like an 8-year old, I was always on the shorter end, and so I feel like playing with all these boys who were, even though they were like 8 and 9, they were like 6, 7 inches taller than me, and obviously they always had to prove that they were better. So I naturally had to prove that I could play with the boys, and yeah, so I think it made me tougher and made me a lot more competitive once I started playing softball. And I think when you start playing baseball, because everything, like the ball smaller, you learn a different like pitch angle, all that stuff. You kind of have to learn how to adapt your game when you switch over to softball. But
Yeah,
I think you you learn how the fundamentals first before you can like switch over. So that was helpful.
that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. What was your favorite thing about playing softball throughout all of your years? Wait. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't hear you. Go
Okay,
ahead.
wait, what's the question again?
Oh my bad. What was your favorite thing about playing softball?
I mean, okay, so for me, I think it was, I mean, in the beginning, it probably was just like playing in the dirt, to be honest. Like, I don't
Really?
think, yeah, I don't really think I had, like, yes, I was competitive, but I don't necessarily think that I thought about it as like, oh, this is something to truly be competitive at or like
Yeah.
to kind of like get better at. So like sliding, like catching ground balls in the dirt, like it was really just hanging out in the dirt.
Yeah.
But I think as I started to get more competitive and then start to play in like high school and stuff,
Yeah.
I realized um that I was fast and I had to be because I was tiny, but I wasn't a power hitter. I had to figure out like other ways to like get on base and things like that. So I think for me, softball allowed me to get like um different tools to figure out how athletic I could be
Yeah.
to be better at the game.
Cool. What was your best attribute? Like out of your tools, the five tools, what was your best tool in
Hmm.
softball?
Hmm. Probably a tie between like the mental game and like stealing because feel like I definitely got into the heads of a lot of
Really?
a, a lot of other like
Well, it
players.
goes hand in hand though, like being able to steal bags and knowing that once you're on first, I got to think about you now.
Hmm.
It actually
Yeah.
goes hand in hand. And the mental aspect